you might be able to commit a crime and leave no prints behind. You just got all your grooves filled in with shit. You just got a shit hand.
Johnson, I don't know what happened here. Somebody defecated all over the scene.
There's DNA here. I don't know whose DNA. It looks and smells like shit.
But let's go ahead and finish it off with this last topic here, boys. New Year's. You know, New Year's resolution. Everybody's got something. Everybody's have an idea to going on next year with or moving better. But for all of us here, when it comes to New Year's resolution, what do we learn from this year's mistakes and stuff like that to find a way to better ourselves for the future, for next year coming in? Like, for example, like me, I need to work on my communication skills. I'm a bit aggressive. I'm a little bit short-tempered sometimes. And that's probably a lot of
phonics yet.
Yeah, and that's a thumbs up for that. And that's a and that's mostly because of a lot of stress going on, and then it's some trigger question or something would just trigger me, and that's something I need to work on as a human, you know, because that's not normal, right? So that's something I feel like going on through next year where I need to better myself at, and you know, and maybe continue to call people and check on the well-being. You know, I used to do that a lot. I used to call people on my way home because that's my only free time of quietness that I have. And, you know, some people took it as, oh, you're just trying to kill time talking to us, bullshit. And I was like, nah, like I'm really, really trying to talk to somebody because, you know, just I want to talk to somebody. I like, this is my free time to think. I don't really like to think by myself. I just want to just talk and see how people's day is going. Maybe they can better my day because I'm having a stressful ass day. You know, some people here I just stop calling, but other people are calling. They appreciate it. So, you know, it's just one of those things.
Tony, I will say, if anyone ever calls me up, yourself included, and they started off with, hey, man, I just need to vent, or I just like something to let me know that they're just having a bad day, I will fucking never not drop what's going on in my life to answer that call.
You just wouldn't pick up.
I mean, I'll pick up eventually.
No, I'm fucking with you, man. But no, yeah, like that's all. Like, cause I used to call Doughboy and Pucho all the time. Doughboy, and I'm using Doughboy. Doughboy hit me with the, yo, you're just calling us because you're bored. And I'd be like, damn, bro. Like, I'm not really bored. I just really want to hear your voice.
Doughboy don't pick up phones.
Yeah, he does. When he's up. If he's sleeping.
I think because I was one of the people that levied that criticism against you as well.
Yeah.
And I think that the feeling was just like, all right, whenever we have an actual opportunities to do things together, we don't. But then on the ride home, you're hitting me up and we're like best friends or whatever. And it felt, if the feeling was, okay, so you got a 40-minute drive and you're fucking bored. Now you got time for me? It's like, come on. Like that was, I think that's what the feeling was. And to Mateo's point, if the feeling, if from your perspective, it was, yeah, I just need to talk to somebody. I need to get this off my mind. Like Mateo, I would have to be in a serious circumstance to deny that call. Like to be on the phone and be like, yo, I just gotta holler at you later. Like if somebody's telling me I need to get some shit off my chest, like I'm gonna hear you out because you don't get that often. You know what I'm saying? Like,
most of the part I don't do that. Like, well, sometimes I did, but most of the part I was just calling to check on y'all and see how y'all doing, see what the plan is for going on later tonight or whatever. Because once I get home, now with a kid, it's like I don't even shower when I get home right away. I do everything for him. I feed him, I dress him. Like, well, I'm not that dirty. I mostly work in the office. But you know, and it's just like, you know, like I do a lot of things throughout the day for him to get him set for bedtime. Then once he goes to bed at 8 o'clock, 8:30, then now I have my free time to chill, which I should just go to bed because I got to get up at 5 a.m. But it's like I just need a diffusing situation just to relax. And it's just, you know, so my diffuse is the ride home. But
Buchel, that face you made, I made that face the other day. This is a tangent story. I had a buddy like messaging me. They were just complaining about how they've been sick for the past like week or so and blah, blah, blah. and they were like, I haven't even showered in 5 days. And I was like, whoa. I was like, you haven't showered in 5 days? And there was like a 5-minute like gap of them answering. It was one of the longest gaps. I was like, man, this person's just fucking disgusting right now. And they're like, well, they're like, I've taken baths, like, but I haven't taken like an actual shower. I've just been taking like baths because I'm sick and that's all I can deal with. I was like, okay, that's way better than what I was picturing in my mind.
Nah, if you're telling me, yo, I'm sick, I haven't showered in 5 days, I'm like, well, you fucking found the problem, okay? Go take your dirty ass a shower and you're gonna feel better, okay? Like, yo, a hot shower when you're feeling sick, that shit could cure you.
You know,
Like, it just clears you up.
getting into that shower when you're real fucking sick though is sometimes it's a battle. Like it's a struggle to get your ass in that shower.
That's what we do with Luca because he's sick. We put him in the not in the shower, but we put him in the shower room, the bathroom, shut the door, high heat, straight steam room shit. They clear out his his pulmones, his lungs and shit, and just make him feel good. But I hate that shit because the moment you come out, I want to take off my drawers and everything, and be like, oh, and just let the vast glory of the AC hit my hot ass body. But
that's some Tony is an alien shit right there. The shower room.
Yeah, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm talking about, the bathroom.
Shower room.
What about you guys,
say
man?
the fucking lavatory. And you would fucking know. But yeah, New Year's resolutions. I think, obviously I've already said it before, so it's not necessarily a New Year's resolution, but I'm trying to get healthier. Like my whole life I've done this thing where I lose weight and then I gain it back, but more. And then I'll lose even more weight than before. I'm always looking my best and my worst, like through as life goes on. It's the fucking worst. Like I'll gain more weight than I've ever gained, and I'll lose more weight than I'll be at a lower weight than I've ever been, since like being a teenager or whatever. And I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm never gonna gain. And I go into these like these mental holes where I just am lazy. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to get out, and it's hard to break out of that. And that's definitely something that I'm definitely going to try to work on. But besides that, because that's not necessarily a New Year's resolution, it's something I've already said I need to work towards. I need to learn to let go. Like that's something that I have a hard time dealing with. Like I always want to work through like all problems. And sometimes that's not the healthiest decision. Sometimes you just got to let certain things go so that when something important comes up, it's the actual time to actually say, okay, this is the hill I'm actually going to die on. When you start dying on every fucking hill, it's exhausting. It exhausts other people and all that type of shit. And it's something I need to work on. I need to just get better at rating the importance of this one interaction and just saying, you know what? I'm gonna let this shit play out how it plays out, and this ain't gonna be my hill today. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely something I need to work towards for sure. Because I think my engineer brain, I'm like, I need to solve every fucking problem, like every single thing that comes my way. Like we could work through it, we could figure it out, but the shit is tiring. But,
that's a tough thing to do, man. I had that struggle for years of just wanting everything could be fixed. I'm in IT. My entire day is problem solving. My entire day it's fixing little things, it's fixing big things. It doesn't matter. My entire day is just fixing shit and breaking shit and then fixing the shit that I break. And it's tough, especially where I really struggled with it was people would vent to me and I would want to solve their problems. I'd want to be like, oh, here's all the things I would do. Here's what my steps would be for that thing that you just vented to me about. They're like, no. I was like, I just wanted to vent. I just needed someone to complain to, basically. They were like, I don't want your solution. Don't meddle in my life.
But all you venters out there, okay, if you really want to vent, okay, effective venting, let the person know you're trying to vent. It's very helpful to the person on the receiving end. Because naturally, if you got a kind person, they're going to want to help you. And sometimes you don't want to be helped. Sometimes you just want to say what you got to say. And if you really want to do that, it'd be nice to say, yo, look, let's not get into anything too deep. I just want to get this shit off my chest. And then boom, do your whole word vomit. And, I think it's more effective is all I'm saying.
I agree.
But yeah, Pooch, for the weight loss thing, all we got to do is just be in the same area and we'll just go back to the gym like we did back in the days and drop that weight.
That was crazy.
What
Yeah,
about
yo,
you?
me and Tony were dieting, going to 24 hour Shaq's 24 every night after
Not the
work.
point.
We were playing basketball. We were doing like 2 spin classes. We were weightlifting. It was like 3 hours at the gym every single day. I don't got that type of time. Even if we lived in the same place, I wouldn't be able to pull that off. But yeah, we were looking great for a while there. You look at those pictures from that time, not only were we looking buff, we were looking kind of thin. Like, I look at those shit, I'm like, dude, I look like a twig in these pictures. Like,
Yeah. It's sad. Very depressing. He's looking like I'm a fat piece of shit. But what about you and Felix, Doughboy? Like, what do you guys, whoever want to go up next?
I thought you were going to make them
I'll let
answer at the
Felix
same
go.
time.
Nah,
Go ahead.
they're the same, right? Nah.
Go ahead, Felix.
I'm not big on New Year's resolution. I feel like if I got something to do, I got to do it now. That's the way I've been the past couple of years. It's helped me move forward and do things. I call it But I'll take a shot with y'all real quick. I have a whiteboard actually right here in front
Like
of
a
me.
vision board kind of thing?
Yeah, and I put there's this thing, I be going to church on Sundays. There was this thing that I heard process before the promise. And then I put daily goals, weekly goals, yearly goals, and I put long-term goals. And that's something I work on all the time. It's not a thing that I wait for the New Year's to do something or get better. I preach it to my son every day. I tell him every day, hey, be better than you were yesterday. 100%. And I preach, and I'll say that to anyone. But for the sake of this, if there's something I do want to work, if there's something that I really want to put forward on and work on next year, it's just basically one of my main goals right now is to get my CDL license. Right now I'm working on my permit, and then after that I'm gonna go work on that because you know what I'm saying, that bring more money in my pocket at the job. It'd be a nice little raise.
It's a respectable thing, man. My dad's a truck driver. I grew up with an entire family of truck drivers, so I got a lot of respect for truck drivers as
It's
a
pretty
profession.
dope. So but after that there's really nothing because everything that I want I'm working on it now. If it leads into next year, it leads into next year. But I've never been a big New Year's resolution person. When I first started doing that, shit never worked out. I'm gonna start doing this next year. Next year
yeah, no,
comes.
I totally agree. Like, I guess another way to interpret this question, because I feel exactly the same way. I think if you tell yourself, I'm going to put off getting on that diet until that time, it's going to make it that much easier for you to just put it off more. And I totally agree. The way I interpreted the question was just like, what is the next thing in life I'm trying to one up? Like, what am I trying to make better? What's the next goal that I'm trying to attain? You know what I'm saying? And so,
Yeah,
like, the CDL thing, that's cool.
That's pretty dope. What I really want to work on next year, 100% way more than I did this year, just because of so much that's happening. And then I feel like now life is getting at a real balanced place for me. It's definitely working 100% more on the podcast than I do now. And because my biggest problem this year was time management, and I worked on that so hard, and it's gotten to a point now that my time management is getting really good. I'm not the typical Hispanic late person anymore. I'm actually on time on things. I wake up early. I do shit. You know what I'm saying? And it feels great because even on my days off, I'll be waking up at like 5:30 in the morning. I'll be the only motherfucker awake in the house, but everything is getting done. So by the time everybody wake up at 8 or 9, I got shit to do and play some video games. I can do what I want. So I just want I want to work on more like on the podcast, and not just recording itself, but editing and a bunch of other things. I like to be the jack of all trades.
Are you guys located in like close enough? Like, are y'all available to like say
Pass
like
is
record?
the only one that lives out the state.
I see. He lives in Florida though.
No, he lives out the state.
Out the state. I heard out the state. Yeah.
Funny thing is, birthday's coming up, and I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna do because I'm gonna put it up. But I'll tell you guys off air what I'm gonna do. And I already told Paz I got something real fucking funny on my birthday because I have Rude and All Hell coming by real quick, and I'm gonna do something that's real funny, and Paz is gonna be so mad, and I'm gonna love it. I'm a love how mad he's gonna be. Such an asshole. But
Some would say that you are me because I'm the same way a little bit. I like to do things that's funny, not harmful, but funny. And usually Doughboy is the one at the shit end of that stick.
me and Pat go back and forth. Me and Pat, I swear, I feel like, and even when we all chat, I feel like if somebody random popped into our chats, I feel like they think we're fighting 24/7, but like we're really not. We just really joking so bad against each other. But that's just the way we are. We be getting at each other pretty bad. So just what it is.
I personally think that's really healthy. I think you need people that you could just joke with and say almost anything,
and people
don't get offended. I feel like you, Felix, and Tony are people that I'm able to just say whatever the fuck, and y'all be like, this nigga, he's fucking bugging right now. He's tripping, he's fucking doing his crazy shit again. And I think that's good, just to be able to just say whatever crazy shit's on your mind, and not really worry about anybody hurting any feelings. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody really. At least I'm not trying to do that to nobody. I don't want nobody to feel bad. You know what I'm saying?
It's that, but
and
it's
sometimes
also,
I'll make a joke to even my wife. She knows me better than anybody. I'll make a joke to my wife and she gets offended. So there's definitely a balance you got to play with people,
I think fuck that thing. I know we live in a very fucking sensitive place right now with everything, and a lot of you just can't joke with anyone because it's almost oh my god, I feel bad, or they feel bad for something that they got nothing to do with. There's always a problem, right? That everyone's always just on fucking you're walking on eggshells. But the fact that you have people that you could just say the wildest shit and it just be the funniest shit, or we don't take it personal, it's just amazing. I mean, not for nothing. If y'all seen the podcast, we joke on past his height so fucking bad. Motherfucker ain't small, by the way. He's smaller than us, but he's not a small guy. He's average. He's probably 5'6", I think, or 5'7", or whatever.
That boy is short.
There you go. You see what I mean? Boom.
The tallest person in this chat is me, and then I guess the shortest guy. These guys are like a 3-way tie for being the shortest. So it's just that's wild.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I think Joey's taller than me and Mateo. I think it's me and Mateo that are the shortest one.
Damn, Doughboy's taller than y'all?
Yeah.
I think Joey's 5'10".
Yeah, Doe's got at least 2 inches on me for sure.
A little taller.
And sometimes I'll be wearing my Vapor Maxes. They don't count.
Yeah, he be spazzing out with them shits.
All right.
When he got his Vapor Maxes on, he likes to stand a little tall and puff his chest out a little bit.
I love how he says sometimes, but every time he come down here, it's fucking Vapor Maxes. So it's fuck your sometime. It's every time.
Because Florida's Vapor Max season, he gotta look tall. He's a peacock. You know what I'm saying? He gotta look tall. Gotta puff that chest out.
That boy got
he's trying to get these chicks dripping. You know what I'm saying?
The tight shirt.
I didn't realize Doey's over there wearing fucking lifts like Robert Downey Jr.
Basically, they're the male version of a platform sneaker.
Damn.
Tom Cruise shit.
Look at Mateo. Mateo's fuck him. He's short. I'm taller now.
Mateo's about to go buy some Vapor Maxes right now. 2 days. I'm fucking grow too. Fuck that.
Yeah.
So what about you, Doey?
I got a problem, guys. I masturbate way too much.
Oh my god. Before you get too crazy, too serious, let's say you had a tentacle dick. There were multiple heads to this. Would you masturbate more or less?
How was that too crazy?
Have to satiate every tentacle every day. It'd have to be every tentacle. And I'd probably have names for all of them.
Damn. Do you have a name for your dick?
No. Not really. It's just a little.
Not really.
I feel like he's got a name for his dick.
I feel like he kind of just, I do, but I don't type thing. That's what that was.
He's got an embarrassing name for his dick. Is what it is,
right? What is it? You call him Mr. something?
He calls it Big Papa.
Yeah. No, but in all
what if it's
serious,
an unassuming, just a regular name? What if his penis is just named fucking Greg?
It's
Paul.
It's Papi Gobble.
Hey man, Paul's
Papi Capo,
powerful,
yeah.
man. If it's Paul Muhadeen, all right. My dog, the Lisan Al Gaib.
Yeah.
Okay.
I call my penis the Lisan Al Gaib.
All right, that's powerful. That's
He
a
called-
strong dick.
He calls his dick Daniel Day-Lewis because he's great in everything that he's in.
Damn.
Yeah, you must satiate and savor every drop that comes out.
All right, so you
matter
were
what
on.
type of
I
fluid.
masturbate way too much.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, that's a
go
joke.
ahead.
That's a joke.
Okay, I thought you were being serious. I'm glad
could
it's a
always
joke because I
master-
went joking, but
I could always masturbate less, but in all seriousness, I think I'm trying to be 2022's Mel Brooks. All right. First of all, showmanship. Got to get more showmanship in this. I want to turn this podcast into something more, even more entertaining, even more comedic. Not too much drama, but just turn up the theatrics. All right. I wanna be 2022's 2022. All right. I want to be Mel Brooks of the future. I've always loved Mel Brooks. In all seriousness, from those two things,
All seriousness, part 2.
I'd like to stop being so sensitive. I take criticism terribly. I don't take criticism very well. I don't like. I run into problems, and I feel like it's not productive. And I just want to be more productive. I want to go into 2022. I constantly try to look at myself and be like, what needs to change? What are the parts of me that need to go? And what are the parts of me that can stay? And I don't want to run into arguments and stuff like that because I get the wrong feeling and stuff like that. And like I said, even this year, we've found ways to help our arguments and stuff like that by going the voice and stuff like that. So we found ways, and I think we've had breakthroughs with each other, like all of us. I think we've all had little breakthroughs. So I just hope I could keep doing that in 2022 and just become a better version of myself from last year. Honestly, I really, really would like to continue to work on the parts of me that need to be worked on, and I need to continue to humble myself and not feel like I'm always right and righteous in what I'm saying, because sometimes I have that issue too. Like, you just feel like you have a reason, and you just like gotta pump the brakes a little bit.
For sure, what you're saying. Not necessarily about you, but just in general, it's one of the hardest things to do is to be able to take criticism well. Like, when people criticize me, even my initial feelings is, who the fuck are you to criticize me? And that's arrogance. Like, and so humbling yourself is very important in achieving, like, allowing people to criticize you. And sometimes I let that out. Like, sometimes I tell people, like, yo, you fucked up on X, Y, Z. Where the fuck do you get off telling me to go fix something? You know what I'm saying? And that's not only is that not productive, it's not healthy at all. Like now you're attacking somebody because you feel attacked, and it's like, okay, like, then we all learn two negatives don't make a right. And also, a criticism ain't even like a negative. It's like sometimes we're trying to attain something positive. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I commend your efforts, though. It's something I think I got to work on myself. So
It's definitely a journey. It won't be easy, but it'll be good. It'll be good for you. It'll be good to build that character. To build that personality, to be able to take something and to be humble with it. But the only thing is, don't quit just because you take it wrong here and there, because it is a journey. You're probably going to fucking take it really bad a couple times or a whole lot of times. But if you could notice that and accept that, then you good. You know what I'm saying? That's the part right there is not quitting. All it is. I say all it is like it's nothing, but but that's the only thing of it there is the not quitting part. Because you're gonna get criticized a lot, regardless for anyone. And then you just have to learn how to just. Some people don't even matter. They can criticize you. Some people, they don't really matter, but you don't have to react to it like how Putra react to it, like motherfucker XYZ bitch, like you don't have to go
exactly. And those are those moments. Like I said, you need to be able to let go.
Yeah,
you need to be able to go. Not worth my energy. Like that's gonna put me in a bad place. You got to keep it moving.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a balance, right? Because I know that there's some people that they believe that the way to bring prosperity into your life is to only focus on the positive things, right? Like the negative things aren't worth your mental energy, right? Like you just drop those things off. But I don't know if I fully agree with that. I think you have to look at the negative. I think you have to do it's like Alfred said, right? Why do we fall down, Master Bruce? So we can get back up again, right? Yeah. And you get back up by looking up, right? You get out of that hole by looking up, but you got to look down, otherwise you fall into that hole again. You gotta. It's a duality. You gotta keep both in mind.
You was about to use the word where I was about. Yeah, life is it has a lot of aspects in it that are have like different dualities. You can't know one thing without being in one side, and you can't know about other things without being on the other side. You kind of have to. I know that sounds weird because it's like, oh, so I should be a bad person? Not necessarily, but there are things that you learn by being a bad person. You know what I mean? You'll learn 100%. Some stuff. It just is what it is. You noticed some people are too nice. They get taken advantage of. So they learn not to be too nice. It's like you just, you got to go through both sides and to understand how to effectively go through life.
Yeah, there's lessons in the darkness. Always.
I don't
also,
think
I tend to always focus on the negative too. Just speaking to Mateo's thing. In my mind, if the positive is already good, why waste time thinking about it? Like it's already good. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to fix my problems. Like I got X, Y, Z things going on, and that's that's where my focus needs to be. And sometimes I don't stop to just smell the flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. To that, I would say you have to celebrate your wins too. You have to celebrate your victories,
yes.
Even if they're small victories. You got to celebrate.
Sometimes some would say that when Caballo celebrates victories, people shit on it. I have little victory.
Wow, there's a lot of positive self-reflecting here. I don't think we need your smug piece of shit attitude, okay?
Damn. Point out to that. Damn. Oh, now we're taking shots to that.
He hit you with the shut up.
Nah, you see, that's what I'm saying. I'm winning right now because everybody's laughing, so it's kind of lightens the mood.
Come on, it's all love. You think I mean, I do think you're smug, but piece of shit, that's harsh. It's hyperbole. It's meant to be funny.
Some people would say that if you cover that piece of shit in enough hand sanitizer, it's not a piece of shit anymore.
Someone said that last night.
Felix, very quickly, if I pissed on my hand and then covered it in hand sanitizer, dipped it into a bowl of hand sanitizer, and then said, here, shake my hand, would you shake my hand?
Nah.
Thank you. And that's just piss. That's not what we were talking about. Tony said he would grab a hand that has been in a bucket of shit.
You're adding
into a bucket of shit, and then into a bucket of liquid sanitizer, and then here, shake my hand.
There was no buckets. I said if someone shat on their hand, or got shit on their hands, and then they just wiped it off with hand sanitizer. Ooh. They just wiped it off with hand sanitizer.
Those are like the days I miss, right? Because I love like the late reactions, right? They just got hit and he looked and he just wanted to see what daddy's gonna do. Oh, daddy didn't give me the attention right away. Let me do the fake cry. Look how quick he got quiet when Tony.
That just said bonk, bonk.
But yeah, it was just a handful of poop, and then you wash it off with hand sanitizer, no soap or water. I would shake that hand. That's clean.
Sorry, when you say wash it off, though, we're talking about you're vigorously scrubbing the shit off and like endless amounts of hand sanitizer?
Just substitute soap and water for the hand sanitizer. That's what you're doing.
Hold up. No. This is very confusing of how we going about this, right? Because what Doey said is that his version was piss on hand, with the hand pissed, dipped it in, came back out, shake hand. I'm telling you, fuck you, right?
That was the follow-up question than last night.
You're saying someone just took like a nice poop right there, right? Like a big mohon, just right on your hand, right? And you went like this. You just like let it fall. You took some hand sanitizer and you kept on scrubbing it onto the hand sanitizer. Yeah, I'm not shaking your hand either, you piece of shit. What's wrong with you, man?
Just love me. Some people.
That's a lot of shit. You still scrubbing shit in your hands. What's going on?
Yeah, that shit is getting into the fucking fingerprints.
At least the water would just like rinse the shit out, you know what I'm saying?
But that's not sanitizing it. It's still a dirty hand.
But the water, but then you take the soap afterwards. Once the water has rinsed the shit and you're good to go. You literally still taking hand sanitizer and you rubbing the shit away.
You might be able to commit a crime and leave no prints behind. You just got all your grooves filled in with shit. You just got a shit hand.
Johnson, I don't know what happened here. Somebody defecated all over the scene.
There's DNA here. I don't know whose DNA. It looks and smells like shit.
Apparently, he grabbed someone else's shit and spread it all over this room.
That's funny.
But Tony, what about your New Year resolution?
I already said it. I was the first one.
He's gonna work on this.
Yeah.
I'm the one that's missing.
Damn, Mateo's missing. I knew somebody was missing.
Yeah.
Go for it, Matteo.
Well, I think it's time to announce that we're counting down to New Year's Eve live on this episode. 199. Oh, wait, no.
98.
No, consistency. I think consistency is key in all things.
I like that.
And I'm just trying to maintain my workouts. I also don't really believe in New Year's resolutions. I think they're bullshit. I think that you shouldn't wait till the end of the year to try to better yourself. You should always be bettering yourself, right? It's a journey.
It's the name of our pod.
One Up Podcast.
You got to one up yourself. But yeah, consistency. It's tough. My schedule is I've got way more limited free time than I used to have in my life. We run a pretty, for our size, for our team, we run a pretty tight production schedule, and it's exhausting sometimes.
Yes.
There's a lot of after hours love that goes into bringing you our stupid ass content. But I love it. I enjoy it. It's just being consistent. It's making sure I keep a schedule. I've found what works for me, but sometimes it moves a little bit, and then I have to panic and restructure my day. And if I could just stay consistent, it'd be a lot easier. So just consistency, man.
That's a fact.
I don't think we.
I feel like everybody's New Year's resolution I resonate with. I got problems. I need to fix my life. All right. Because I feel exactly.
I think we all have like some problems in life, right? And I'm not gonna say like it's major. Some things are small, some things are big, but we all have something that we all want to fix. Like consistency is a very good part, right? Which is to me was the time management that I worked on this year. It helped me to consistently be able to do things more and more instead of just sleeping or whatever the case is. But you know, I believe we all have something, but we all pick that one thing that we know that's major, and if you work on that major thing throughout the year, everything else I think comes along with it, and you'll fix it. And then so we all could resonate to the same things, but we all have our major things that we want to fix on. So it's just one of those things, you know, that like it will work out as long as you put the effort, and it also works out if your friend reminds you, you know what I'm saying? But like, hey, Mateo, man, you ain't being consistent with the shit you was talking about yesterday, man. You say you was gonna go food shopping. Why you ain't going food shopping again, man? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always something we could work on. Hey,
were you listening into our conversation last night? This was almost our exact conversation. It was about people saying they were gonna do things and then not.
That's what it is. It's like Tony. I'm gonna hold Tony to his words. The minute Tony spaz out, hey nigga, you say you gonna calm down, relax. I'm gonna hit him with it. Look,
that's
he's
false,
already.
I would never agree for someone telling me to calm down.
Look, he already getting mad. You see that?
And I also would agree to say that I would never calm down if I'm in the right.
No, but see, not about that. It's still about your response. No, but but we all gotta hold each other accountable as well. I think that's what friends are there for. That's a fact. You know, and if that's the case, I think everyone here and everyone listening will be able to complete their New Year's resolution.
I think I think I've got a switch that I'm gonna throw on y'all. Maybe it's a
Go
twitch.
ahead.
I don't know which one it is. I'm still not clear on the definitions of
You're
these
doing
things
a
'cause it
Twitch
seems-
right now.
But I got a quick question. We're gonna go down the line and do. Doey, what's the best thing that happened to you this year?
This podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. By far. This podcast has been the best thing that happened to me this year. It's made me a more productive person. Feel like I have like meaning. It's given me a lot of meaning and a lot of like life. It's not easy, and I think we should all pat ourselves on the back some more, because this is something that I do. Like your Photoshop work, your writing skills, something I didn't really know that would bloom from this. Like Pucho's editing skills. Like this guy's putting in work, the Halloween stuff. Like it's just the Mortal Kombat, the little dive in the voice that you put. Like these are things that I'm like checking. I'm like, all right, this is like some new shit he's doing, and I love it. Even Tony has gotten way better at speaking, introducing himself, hosting, asking questions, and I think we all should really like acknowledge that.
What about you, Felix?
Best thing that's happened to me this year. My change in attitude.
Ooh.
I was a very negative motherfucker. Like, like if shit didn't go my way, if I don't know, and every little thing in the world stressed me, and I approached life very wrong. In the beginning of the year, with the help of my girlfriend and just the switching of the jobs, like doing that, putting in moves to make a better living for myself. I've noticed the change of attitude, and I noticed my change of approach to everything in life, and it's worked really, really well for me. I mean, like I said it earlier, especially this year compared to like the past 5 to 6 years, this year's been amazing, and I'm happy for it, and it's because of a lot of the changes that I've made, and that's great, and I want to continue that, and I want to pass that on to everyone as well.
I like that. Pucho?
My daughter's growth. She's just becoming her own little human, and it's just beautiful to watch. She's now a fireball of emotions that I could barely deal with. It stresses me the fuck out.
She's funny, dude. She is so funny. She's gonna be funny as hell when she grows up. So like, she's already funny now, but she's gonna get funnier. She's witty. She's quick.
It's just the faces she makes, the things that she says, and my favorite is just like she just has things that she wants now, and like I feel like our desires are what kind of define us, like the things that we strive for, the things that we want to attain. So I think it's a beautiful thing, like that she's growing and she now is beginning to, maybe she always had desires, but she's able to vocalize them differently. Like she was not like this is like the day before yesterday, she was sick. Like she had like a bad cough, and my wife was trying to psych her up into eating soup, into eating drinking a soup. So she's driving home and she's telling my daughter, yo, when we get home, how about we're gonna have a soup? She's like, no, thank you. I want salami. You're like, what the fuck?
That video was so good.
Like, what the fuck? She's like, yeah, but also soup. No, salami. And it's just like, she knows she don't want that other shit. She wants a piece of salami when she gets home.
That little girl makes some Pucho faces whenever she's not having it.
Whoa.
For better or for worse. I love that little girl. And that's for sure. It's the best. Nothing comes close.
Tony, I can guess what yours is, but what is yours, Tony? Best thing that happened to you this year?
My PS5, man. That shit. Nah,
You almost
man.
platinum Returnal? Fire. That's the
You almost platinum it?
No, I'm just talking shit.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm going along with the joke. But no, my son, man. This dude is my headache, my love, my heart. Salute, yeah, salute to that.
Salute.
He's everything, bro. Yeah, he's everything, though. He's my pain in my butt, the beat in my heart, the feeling in my skin. Yeah, man, everything.
Poetic.
Little caballo for you, dog.
I thought he was quoting a song for a second there.
Nah, that's my quote. Don't try to steal it, boys. That's mine.
It's
Mine. But no, yeah, man. It's the greatest thing watching him grow up. Like, Pucho's 2 years ahead of me. So it's like, 2 years. And yeah, no, I can't wait to see. I can see his emotions, right? He's all his mother. You guys know that. He's physical appearance, that's his mother in every way, shape, and form. And I'm kind of scared, but he has his emotions is me. He's he doesn't have a temper, but he's always happy. And he plots. He be plotting. And I don't like his plotting, but he be plotting on me. But I love him, man. Like, this is something that is mine, I guess, till the day I die. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, I wish the best for him. I want everything for him.
I hadn't realized how dark his hair had gotten. I still remember you sending us pictures and being like, look at his perfect golden blonde hair.
That golden brown.
Just like the sun.
Nah, it's just because it's dark in here right now, just the lights. But he goes outside, that shit becomes blonde quick. Yeah, it's quick. But yeah, man, that's what I'm grateful for and stuff.
Being a parent, being a dad is it's an amazing feeling. It's weird, right? Because we don't carry the kids for 9 months.
Looks like you're choking him, man.
We don't carry the kids for 9 months, right? And then, like, I remember they say, the mothers fall in love because it's in them, and we fall in love when it comes out, whatever the case is. But for me, going through the 9-month period, going through the eating, coming home, and listening to, like, putting my ears into the belly or watching, like, the belly move, because whatever knows his hands, his head, or his feet, is just, is out there. It's crazy. And then, like, I think about that, and then I think about Migs now at 8 years old, and the transformation is mind blowing. Like, it just throws me off. Like, I went from, like, Google Gaga, here's my shirt, go to sleep, and please don't wake up in the middle of the night, to, like, having full blown conversations with my son about some anime shows. Like, that shit is just mind blowing. And it's crazy because we sit here and we see the growth, and it just, like, the older they get, now it's like, yo, the more I got to talk to you about what's going on in the streets now. I got to make sure when you go to school, in the middle school, yo, what you're paying attention to. When he goes to high school, I'm going to have to hit him with the, yo, my mans, here's the condoms or the sex talks, and all the other shit. And just, like,
if you want some resources, I hear this One Up podcast did an episode talking about some stuff related to that. They've done a few of them.
Just like a couple, maybe 2 episodes ago, we got into the condoms.
But not even that.
As a young whippersnapper that some would say an early bloomer, okay, I suggest you start in middle school.
I know when to start. I was, I was reckless. I'm not even gonna get into those stories, but but I don't even have to wait for him to deal with that, because Joanna's son is about to go into high school. Damn. I gotta have that conversation with him, and that, like, so it's already, like, I always just, when I was being a single dad, I always just picture just myself as, like, I can't wait till Miguel gets there. Nah, I could wait, because now I already got this other kid. I gotta talk to him, be like, yo, my man, let me talk to you real quick about some shit. But, like, them shorties is crazy. They evil. Chill, my nigga. Just go to school, get some money. You'll get some later. Trust me. Don't worry about it. But but it's there. Like, but it's died that before. It was only just Miguel that I had to worry about for a kid. Now I don't got. Now it's more than just Miguel. And it's crazy to think that, like, oh shit, yo, I'm gonna deal with a teenager way earlier than I ever thought in my life I'm gonna deal with a teenager. And then Miguel's gonna come around. I gotta deal with that nigga. It's a teenager. But it's dope. The process is still cool. Everything about that is cool. And and it's amazing to see you two guys with kids. And then from where we came from and everything. Now I can't wait for you two guys to have kids.
One day. Hopefully. One day.
Whenever that happens.
Mateo's a real piece of shit because he's all like, oh, maybe I won't have kids. I don't really want kids. But he'd be a fucking fantastic dad. You're a fucking waste of human whatever the fuck, okay? Like, you have all the goods, and you're just it's like being Michael Jordan and just refusing to play basketball. It's like, what's wrong with you, man?
I know he'd be a good dad, too.
But you know what? I'm a good uncle is what I am.
But you know what? I can't wait till he find that one woman that just fucking knocks his shit off, and he just be like, yo, he's going to hit us up, like, hey, man, I'm going to get her pregnant. I'm keeping this one. I'm keeping this one.
It happen.
You know, Doey out here, yo. Whenever Doey ready to actually, settle down, he'll get settled down. Doey just be playing. He just be bullshitting.
Damn, stop playing your games. All right.
All right, boys.
She's out there somewhere, all right?
Oh, before the rap.
Mateo, what's the best thing that happened to you this year?
Oh, facts.
It's honestly, it's reconnecting with y'all, man. We didn't have a falling out in the sense that like we had an argument and I stopped fucking with y'all or anything. Just life gets busy, right? And there was a solid like 4 or 5 years there where it was like we'd talk, but it wasn't like we'd talk like we do now. So yeah, the podcast is like the byproduct of that, the catalyst for that, I guess. But reconnecting with y'all, it's good to have y'all back in my life. It was missed, and I didn't realize how much it was missed until it came back. Biggest accomplishment of the year is that Halloween.
I'm glad to have been a part of the best thing that ever happened.
I'm about to shed a tear right now. Truthfully, I'm
that
drinking.
Halloween
I get
podcast
emotional.
though. that's a runner up because I didn't think that Halloween podcast was going to come together as well as it did, and I think the people slept on that episode. But that Halloween podcast is one of my favorite ones that we recorded this year.
Yes,
it was fun.
Yeah, I've got to admit that one holds a very special place in my heart.
Yeah, historically, I would say I hate horror movies, and due to that episode, maybe I give horror movies a bad reputation. Okay, maybe they're a little better, but they're really just shit tier in general.
like
There's just a lot of bad horror movies.
There's so much bad horror movies.
I mean, like it's like rom-coms, and then like horror's like I don't know. It's I don't know.
There's this thing with horror movies, like with like horror fans, where like you can give them the bare minimum, like the shittiest movie, and they'll still eat that shit up. Their entry fee is so low compared to like other movie. It's like Marvel fans. I mean, you could give us a total shit Marvel product, and people are still gonna go and dump money on that fucking movie.
My thing is when Marvel fans, it's not the fact that they're gonna go dump money in the movie because we're not gonna know it's horrible. Marvel fans are very realistic. If the movie sucks, they got no problem shitting on that shit real quick at all. And they have. Don't get me. All the Iron Mans were not great. Let's be real. All the Avenger movies were not great. It's just
You know, the first 2 Avengers movies are all right, but I liked once they got away from Joss Whedon because I didn't actually like what Joss Whedon was doing to the scripts. I like the later Captain America where he's a little bit, I don't know, he almost like wrote him as like this like right-wing conservative dude that was out of time originally. Mm-hmm. Like I remember the scene where he's jumping out of the plane to go and get Thor, and they're like, "Are you sure? He's basically a god." He's like, "There's only one god, ma'am, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't wear a cape or something like that."
But he was sort of like that in the beginning in the comic books as well. He was like very, because those were the times and his times, and that was okay. But it was whatever. I ain't gonna lie. I love when fucking Iron Man, Captain America, and Winter Soldier were fighting. That was a fucking scene right there. Like, I don't think people give that shit enough props. Iron Man was whooping ass. That's the first time you saw Iron Man. I was like, yo, that motherfucker's badass. Every other time, he was just a motherfucker that was just drinking, in my opinion.
See, I'm Team Captain America. I think Cap holds back in almost every fight that he's been in. I think the only time he's ever really let go was fighting against Thanos and his forces.
Yeah, he definitely took that fucking hammer.
My whole thing with Marvel, I just want more characters to die. All right. I feel like y'all way too powerful.
Have you
to,
seen?
like-
Have you seen What If on the Disney
I
Plus?
watched a few episodes. They're cool.
No, watch all of it because it builds up. The first couple of episodes is like a way to get you in, but all the other episodes, it gets really fucking good, and it all comes together.
There's a multiverse event at the end.
Yes, big time,
I'll finish
big
it.
time.
Well, I think that was a hell of a pod this episode, boys. I want to thank Felix for coming through and blessing us with your presence and a little bit of your podcast. For all the fans out there, don't forget to check his podcast out at Not Your Average Otaku Podcast. He's on Facebook and IG. Otaku, sorry.
We'll drop his Twitter down, like we drop our Twitters down. We're dropping all those socials. We're dropping
Everything.
everything.
Hey, before we go, want to take a shot with your fellas?
Damn. Honestly, I wanted to take a shot multiple times. Okay.
I know. That's why I said
when you're talking about going through teenager shit already, I'm like, yo, shout out to all the fucking stepdads in the world. They're doing God's work. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Facts.
Listen. Let me tell you something. I'm very proud to be a stepdad to that child, and I'm very proud to be a dad to my child. All right, because not for nothing, older kids need some real guidance and leaders out here. So
You get very attached. The kids become
now
a part of you.
Listen, that's the homie. That's that's the homie. I take care. I treat him like I treat Miguel. I got no. This is what it is. You feel me? There's no like special thing. Oh, he's Miguel's blood. No. Them niggas get treated the same. I talk to Miguel like I talk to him. I don't give a fuck.
Yo, God bless you for that, because there's a lot of people, that don't believe that.
Yeah, and that's the reason why they shouldn't be around kids. But listen, I want to say cheers. Thank you for having me on.
Cheers.
All right?
Absolutely, dude.
And then to a great year this year and to a great year next year.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy New Year's.
And don't
all you
forget,
one-up
people.
podcast fans out there.
Facts. And always go one up yourself.
This is to all the teachers who told me I never amount to nothing.
Yo, rappers
all right, get the fuck out
love
of here. I love
saying
you guys.
that shit.
Oh, dude, Juicy is the best fucking Biggie song, man.
Yeah.